Very soon, a new area will arise on the map of Kazakhstan. A $500 million project of accommodation for 5,000 persons will be built for TCO. Tengiz region, an oil field on the western peripheral of Kazakhstan, will soon have a new village. It has been a huge challenge to turn this flat, barren, windswept land into a massive complex. In spite of extreme constraints and hot and cold weather, every day hundreds of workers have done their best to fulfill the requirements of the project. With time, Orken has taken shape and turned into one of the biggest construction sites in Central Asia. Project Director George Mechanici of ISKER Company faces the ultimate challenges on this mega construction. He has the ultimate responsibility for all activities on the project, ensuring the workforce are motivated in working safely.
I think when you look at the project behind me here, this started off at one time it was just desert, but now what we're looking at here is we're looking at not just a camp, we're looking at a town. We're actually building a town here, and the utilities in particular for this project is not like any utilities you'll find on a commercial building project. The utilities here are the same specification as the oil and gas, so the people you have working on the project here need to be of the same skill set you work in an oil and gas project.
On a good day, with the right wind conditions, you can smell the Caspian Sea, approximately 20 kilometers from the construction site. At this distance, it still makes underground excavation works difficult. It took more than 8,000 foundation piles anchoring Orken into a sea of sand and clay. With that, the construction of the main buildings was able to take place. In order to avoid waterlogging, hundreds of dewatering pumps have been used, with their penetrating needles that are installed in and around the trenches, sucking out the seawater. This system works 24/7. Isatai Yersai-Inov is a technical supervisor. His job is to ensure that construction activities are being carried out in a proper and safe way. We use these pipes, aka needles, to remove groundwater. 3 meters long, they are being placed into the ground and drain water day and night. The water hoses are connected to the vacuum pumps. Our foundation pits are made with a slope of 45 degrees. This guarantees the safety of the underground work. Orken village will have its own bus station, clinic, canteen, security service, fire station and data center. And of course the apartments where the people may relax in relative comfort after a hard day's work. Field planning engineer Sai Vignesh inspects the buildings and construction activities in order to track the progress and keep the client informed of critical paths.
Right now we need to track each and everything according to the client. They will change their task. Critical task will be there. So that will be the critical thing to change weekly wise according to the clients.
Construction equipment consumes a lot of electricity. This is produced by power generators located at various places around the site. Some power-dependent services require to be constantly on 24 hours a day. Electrical and mechanical teams guarantee that all the equipment is up and running and ready for each day and night shift worked. Although most of the workforce are locals, Orken Project has the support of expatriate professionals and their worldwide experience. Sometimes this can make communication difficult, but the support of multilingual interpreters, this alleviates their constraints. HR Manager Julia Yesemasova is explaining details of the new job conditions to staff. As a personal assistant to Project Director Nazgul, who is doing her best to establish good working relationships with the teams on site, as part of her duties, she should make sure that all management orders and client wishes are well understood and executed in the correct way.
Here at Orken Project we have different nationalities. We share the same food and we consider each other as not just as one team but as one family. Once we had a very interesting story when one of our employees, he never seen a snow, and he was happy as a child during the winter time when very first time at his ages he's seen a snow.
The construction site offices with their remote locations are fitted with the latest information technologies. This allows data to flow and stream seamlessly. It is a full-time challenge to maintain with continuous changes and tie-ins. At the moment, IT specialist Bekshan Jabakov is connecting new subcontractors to the computer network. Within this 21st century project, cutting-edge technology is involved. Data center, the building that will be the power network for the site with a lot of cooling and banks of computers. Racks of digitally connected machines working together to provide the services that make the village and oil plants function. Specialty construction requirements shall help to keep them up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With the construction of this facility, erection of all the concrete works are complete, and now mechanical engineer Stefano and his assistant are performing layout checks. Marat Yelaushev's team are working on piping. They have been installing water supply, drain and fire suppression pipelines. It is hot now, hot for people, for equipment as well, and there will be even hotter, up to 50 degrees centigrade. It is hard to work in, but we get used to that. According to the oil and gas construction industry traditions, personal safety on any project is paramount. Constant training and refreshers with safety days, special programs, transport inspection and permanent monitoring have led to outstanding achievements such as the 10 million safe working hours achieved without days away from work. Strict adherence to working procedures ensure the team are supplied with and use personal protective equipment such as coveralls, helmets, goggles and other items specific to the task being carried out by the construction team, offering the right type of protection from incident or injury. Safety specialist Nurmurhan is inspecting the construction site. As you enter the building, please replace your sunglasses with transparent ones for your own safety. Project engineers ensure the digital models existing in virtual reality are transformed into the real world. Thousands of items shall be fitted as Orken rises up from the desert day by day. There is very little room for error, as even little design fault may result in serious consequences further along the line. Ramasubramanian and his team are responsible for construction and technical support of this project.
This is 1000 meter by 500 meter located in Orken village. We have 12 accommodation individual buildings, and we have supporting buildings like utilities, clinic, fire stations and common FM shoot workshop areas.
Concrete, a cornerstone of modern engineering, forms foundation of the project building. It starts out as a liquid material and ends up as solid rock. Construction blocks used in projects are being installed and combined as easy as big Lego parts. However, creating them is no simple matter. Making the right recipe of concrete requires precision and flawless preparation. The consequences of a wrong mix can be deadly. ISKER concrete batching plant make building the blocks for Orken. Mehmet Ustek is supervising concrete block production. Since the beginning of the project, his team has already produced more than 100,000 tons of concrete. It all starts with reinforced shuttering. Then the required amount and type of concrete is produced by automated system to fill the construction block forms. After curing, the formwork is removed and waterproofing coat is applied. The blocks are then ready to be installed. Scaffolding is an integral part of all construction sites. Without scaffolding, it would be difficult to even leave the ground. The scaffolding has formed a part of the main construction activities for these buildings and has given safe access to all the workers who have needed to work on them. Simon McGillivray has been responsible for overseeing all this scaffolding works, be it in the trenches or on the buildings, within and out. I have been working in the scaffold industry for 30 years now and know that without scaffolding, most construction projects could not start. Scaffolding has already played an integral part so far in the construction at Orken village. We use scaffolding to create safe access for workers on site. It is classed as one of the highest risk activities here at Orken. Fire safety requirements of the project fit 21st century standards. Even massive steel structures shall be treated with special fire-resistant coatings. This can be applied by being sprayed with fire-resistant material or encapsulated in fire-rated plasterboard.
In this building, for each and every building, they need to rate the steel structure with the fireproof painting, nullifier paints or fireboardings to protect the steels from the fire.
Skillful teams, proper planning and effective tools are not enough for the project's success. Orken requires sophisticated supply chain management to be organized from all around the world. Thousands of items shall be procured, right in time, in line with erection plans. Supply chain manager Kevin Godden is sharing his experience.
My team and I were involved in the procurement, logistics and movement to the site here of a multiple array of commodities. We buy these products worldwide, but with a particular attention to supporting the Kazakh content wherever it is safe, quality and cost effective to do so.
The teams of foremen Yernur, Maxim and Vitali are working on panel installation, adding the finishing strokes to the building's appearance.
Самое трудное, пожалуй, это кровля.
Most difficult part of my job was roof installation. 9-meter panels are a challenge to fit during windy weather. It is my third year here, and it is nice to see the progress. Tengiz step has many life forms. Environmental protection is a practice for the benefit of both the environment and the people at the construction site. All work activities are organized in a way to avoid pollution and other harmful factors to the environment. Shulpan Albuova is a project ecologist. We want to preserve the nature for our children. That is why we followed strict rules and procedures. Not long ago, workers discovered an amazing thing. Birds made a nest right in the scaffolding materials where they were stored. The place was barriered off to ensure the nest could not be disturbed and the birds and their eggs were safe. With the completion of Orken, it will go down as an awesome achievement and will create a new point on the map of Kazakhstan.
My perspective in ISKER, this project that we have here is nothing more than a success story.
For the people who worked on the project, Orken will become a source of countless stories about small and big victories. The men and women who built it will never forget what they have achieved there. When my children ask me what great things you have done in your life, I may answer them that I have built a new village for 5,000 people.